Roberto y yo quiero ser famoso.
If you follow me on Twitter, then you know that just this past week, I finally understood what I was missing with Brockhampton. That doesn't mean I didn't know who they were before, though. I'd heard their music via Saturation 1 and Saturation 2. I'd even known about Kevin Abstract's solo work long before he became the de facto leader of Brockhampton. But I'd always found the music so-so. It was fine, but I wasn't going out of my way to listen to it again. That all changed a few nights ago when I was laying in bed and decided to re-listen to Saturation 3.
Today, what's all the words I'm 4 minutes to say? I need to let my hair down and grow up like a real ass bitch, bitch. What's all the rules for breakfast today? What's all the words to say?
It was like a totally new look at a group I thought I had figured out. So I started running through their catalog again. I started with Saturation 1, and Star immediately became one of my favorite songs by the group.
I'm the Black Town Hanks, you can call me nigga Banks, secret agent Cody Banks, quarter pound of the dank, on the scale and it stank, put my mama in a range, I just bought a new Wraith, Nick Cage with the face off.
Then Saturation 2 with standouts like Sweet and Gummy. I even went back and listened to All American Trash, their first project together, but to be honest was less impressed with that one. The interesting thing I found though was just how polarizing the group was for the hip-hop community. I mean, there were a lot of people who didn't just ignore them, but went out of their way to dislike them. So let me run through some of the objections to Brockhampton and why people think they're not special. For one, a lot of people feel like their subject matter is pretty stagnant, meaning they talk about the same things over and over again. They feel like Kevin always references his sexuality, and that Amir can't go a verse without mentioning that he sold drugs. The group even addresses this on some of their songs.
Why you always rap about being gay? Cause not enough niggas rap and be gay. Where I come from, niggas get called faggot and killed.
Another complaint about Brockhampton is that they're a watered-down version of Odd Future. Honestly, I can see why people might say this. Like, I get it. They're both a group of young kids in LA catering to the more creative side of hip-hop. But if you look deeper into the details behind the group and the type of music they make, it's clear Odd Future and Brockhampton are on two completely different areas of the hip-hop spectrum. I've had enough of talking about the bad, though. Let's get into what makes Brockhampton so unique. Brockhampton was formed in 2015 after Kevin Abstract, under the name Harry Styles, posted on the Kanye to the forums looking for people who wanted to join a band. After getting 30 or so replies to his post, the first incarnation of Brockhampton was born, but was known then as Alive Since Forever and featured the members Kevin, Amir, Dom, and Rodney Tenor, but they soon renamed themselves Brockhampton. Before we go any further, let me say that the origin is one of the coolest things about the group. Almost everyone watching this video has posted to a forum at some point, or at least on social media, and can understand how crazy it is to actually build a music group off of a post. Especially on a forum as notorious for goofing off as Kanye Teda is, it's just amazing to see something so huge come out of it. In fact, you can go back to Kevin's original post that still exists today and see the time capsule of the beginning of a beautiful project. And while their origin story is one of the most interesting things out there, it's far from the most interesting thing about Brockhampton. Each member brings a different energy to the common goal of the group. There's a crazy sense of camaraderie, and you can't help but wish you were part of the group of guys, all living in LA under one roof, trying to make the best music, production, and videos they can. According to each member, the group recorded from either their homes or a few of them together in Texas, until Kevin told them it was time they all went to Los Angeles. It was in the house they rented in LA that the factory was born. All because Kevin knew it was time. His word meant enough to those involved that they dropped what they were doing and headed out west. The fan-proclaimed wildcard Joba encapsulated their energy and brand best for me in an interview with Fader. He said, Kevin basically told me, hey, I want you to be an artist in Brockhampton. I've always looked up to Kevin, even though he's younger than me, and it kind of pushed me forward to pursue it and take myself more serious and step into that headspace as a creative person, not just a technical person. The way Kevin leads this thing, and even led it back then, it was like, this is gonna work, and I just never stopped working my ass off since that day. Watching their videos is like watching 15 different styles rolled into one. It's fitting, really. Every music video has a DIY look to it, no big studio budget, just a group of friends making something, whether it's at a nearby gas station late at night, or just around their own neighborhood riding golf carts. But although the look is DIY, the skill and the video production are all professional. That's why Kevin's vision for Brockhampton is bigger than just 3 albums in a year. It's a full media company, which honestly seems a little corporate, but if it's anything like the way they use the term boy band, it's not going to be at all what you'd expect. In fact, he's quietly doing it right now under the name Question Everything. I might have started my journey with Brockhampton unwilling to give them a listen simply because I wasn't interested, but once I did give the group a chance, I found one of the most interesting groups in hip-hop, or rather music, today. The energy surrounding them is one of those rare feelings where you're just excited to be watching it all happen, and it's not far-fetched to think with the kind of creative energy in the factory and the creative direction of Kevin Abstract, they really will achieve everything they've set out to do. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. You can also find me on Twitter at Thomas K. Welker. Let's talk more about Brockhampton.